There's one. There's Grandma bent
There
over.
you go.
What did you do?
Three.
He took a picture, you bent over.
4. On 5. And go.
Be careful.
Good afternoon. Many of you have ever just sat and counted how many prescription medication commercials there are on TV? In an hour, there are approximately 44 commercials, depending on the channel that you watch, for prescription medication. And they are on every channel. Cartoon Network, Sprout TV, which is a preschool channel for children under the age of 5.
Oh, how many?
And they range from blood pressure, depression, birth control. Why are there so many commercials on TV for prescription medication? Do they do more harm? What is the history of it? And it all rounds off to you are personally responsible for the care that you receive from your doctor. Let's look at the history of prescription medication advertisements. Before 1990, you would not turn on the TV and see a commercial for a prescription drug. It was unheard of. This is because prescription pharmaceutical companies advertise directly to doctors. They did not, it was considered, according to Everyday Health, an article on Everyday Health, that the general population could not understand the ins and outs of prescription medication. Before 1985, the doctor-patient relationship was very passive on the patient side, meaning the doctor told you to take this prescription, you took the prescription. In 1985, according to an article on NPR, 2 pharmaceutical companies ventured into TV advertisement. The FDA stepped in and put a stop to it. But they were allowed to continue to advertise in magazines. Why are you allowed to advertise? Why were they allowed to advertise in magazines and not on TV? How long is a TV commercial?
Too long.
They range from 30 seconds to 1.5 minutes. That is not enough time to get out the information that it is felt the general population should have. In a magazine, they can put in a summary which covers about 3 pages. An ad for a prescription in a magazine is 3 pages long, and it covers possible side effects, every name, generic and brand that the medication can be sold under. Now let's move on to how it can help your health care. According to the FDA in May of this year, they posted on their website that commercials that are put on TV for prescription medications are put out there to educate the general population as to what kind of drugs are available to them and what is possible for them to be treated, possible problems that the medication can treat. This is not to replace a doctor, but is to help educate the general population. Doctors see, if it's like mine on the military base, doctors can see up to 200 patients. They are assigned 200 patients, meaning that instead of it being just a one-on-one, I have 20 patients, they don't necessarily always remember every little medical detail about you. To be on TV in 1980, according to according to Everyday Health, they have to, it started out, every possible name that the drug could be sold under was listed on the TV screen with the announcer or it being printed on the bottom of the screen, ask your doctor. These commercials were confusing. They were called reminder commercials. All they had on them was every possible name and to talk to your doctor about it. It didn't list the possible uses of it, what it could be used to treat. Nowadays, they have 4 rules that they have to pertain to. They have to give you the name and what it can possibly treat. Has to refer you to a magazine that is currently running the ad for the same prescription medication. Has to give you a toll-free number to call for more information. Has to list a website. And has to instruct to talk to your pharmacist or doctor for more information and possible side effects. Now let's look at it, how much, if it harms or benefits. According to an article on ProCon in July of this year, Congress looked at regulating prescription medication advertisements. They released a study in May. Benefits, the public benefits from drug companies advertising their newest drug right away. But they could also it could also harm them because they do not go through a 2-year trial period where more possible problems, side effects, risks to more health can be found. Defenders, mainly the pharmaceutical companies, of these ads on television and in magazines, say that they're only out there to educate you. So that the general population has more knowledge about what they can ask a doctor for. Critics say that it is harmful. According to NPR, a website, in October of last year, the annual amount of prescriptions that a person takes per year went up from 7 to 12. Do the ads on TV actually cause harm, or are they helping people take care of and treat their problems? That is a question that is still out there. To conclude, your health is your responsibility. The commercials that are on, many don't agree with. I think they're helpful. I think they should have more information in them. But it educates the general population on new treatments so that they can talk them over with the doctor, especially if it is for something that they've already been diagnosed with. It is your responsibility to make sure that it won't have a reaction with a medication that you're already taking if you're not being put on it before you ask your doctor. Doctors see up to 200 to 300 patients regularly. They may not always know your medical history, or they're swamped with advertisements just like we are, except theirs come in the mail every week and ours comes on the TV. It is up to you to see how your health care is going to benefit you, so pay attention to a commercial once in a while. Especially if you have a diagnosis and a commercial comes on about something that is said to be able to treat that problem. Maybe it can replace a medication that you're on that is not working for you. Thank you.